G'day guys, welcome to Votes Time on My Blue Heaven. Here to have a look at who performed well and who performed not so well, the good and the bad, the best and the worst, the Heaven and Hell medals for 2025. Our 5-goal win against the West Coast Eagles on Sunday evening, round 14. Both of these awards are really starting to heat up, and interesting leaderboard with a fair bit of time still left in the season for some changes at the top. But one award in particular is starting to take some real shape, and the leader is going to be very, very hard to catch, you would have thought, if he can remain on the park. We'll wait for that though. Let's have a look at the coaches' votes first. I've been doing this over the last month or so, just to see whether it coincides at all with the way Spencer and myself see it. Just remembering that we do our votes pretty much within 12 hours after the game. In fact, Spencer generally texts me his votes probably half an hour after the game. I don't think a hell of a lot about it. Just sort of put them together. Obviously, I need to collate and update these leaderboards, etc. So I'm just wondering when the coaches do it. Do they do it straight after the game? Is there a set time? It's announced the coaches' votes are announced on a Monday. So you would think they would probably have to do it by Sunday evening after the game finished. But this is the way they saw it. No surprises at the top. Adam Cherra and George Hewitt, 9 votes apiece. Gee, that would give Jackson Binns some confidence. I would assume those 3 votes come from our coach for Jackson Binns, but you would think, looking at that, if you're a third-year player, he's had to do it the hard way. He's had to really earn his spot. He's been in and out of this team. Only played the 8 games. To come in as a late in and get coaches' votes, that would have to give him a fair bit of confidence moving forward. Mitch McGovern, 3 votes. The job he did once Curnow went off the field was pretty important. Harley Reid actually played like he actually was in and under. Never really stopped trying, Harley Reid. He got the 2 votes. Chincotta, 2 votes. The number 1 pick from the mid-season draft had an outstanding debut. Won a heap of the ball. Looks a real prospect moving forward for the Eagles. And Jacob Wiedering, an interesting one there. You'll see why in a second. He got the 1 vote. So they're the coaches' votes. So this is the way Spencer and myself saw it, the 5-4-3-2-1 for the My Blue Heaven medal for our win against the West Coast Eagles, round 14. I went with Hewitt, 5. I was very surprised Ollie Hollands didn't get any votes off the coaches. Thought he was outstanding again with his energy and his run. He's had a really big month, I reckon, and is really starting to make some ground in this Best Player Award. Adam Cherra, 3, super consistent Adam Cherra in 2025. I thought Tom De Koning was the best ruckman on the ground, and he's always, when he plays in that manner, it's not like he beat a lot. Like Matt Flynn isn't the greatest ruckman going around, but he still had a big impact, I thought, on this game. Gave him 2, and I'm glad I put Mitch McGovern in there. I sort of thought about this last vote, and there was a number of options. You know, Fogarty's probably a little bit unlucky, kicked 3 goals as well, but they came early and then he kind of drifted out of the game. But yeah, I really like Mitch McGovern's forward craft, and his kicking was outstanding as well, set up a few goals. And he's going to have to shoulder a lot, I reckon, over the coming weeks if we don't see Curnow and Mackay in this team. And can Mitch McGovern, he's played 13 games this year, 13, so he's played every game, has a history of not playing every game for a season. Can he stand up? He's going to have to stand up. He's experienced enough to stand up. So there were some relatively good signs in his performance against not a great West Coast Eagles team. Spencer went Hewitt, Adam Cherra, Ollie Hollands, Adam Saad. He thought he found a bit of form, and when Spencer sent me through Jacob Wiedering and I saw that 1 vote for Wiedering, I thought, what the hell? Like, what the hell? I know he had 13 marks and he won a lot of the ball, but but the coaches agreed as well. Well, one of the coaches agreed and gave him a vote. So Spencer was obviously onto something. Let's look at the leaderboard. And I don't want to call it yet, but he's going to be very hard to catch now. I know he hadn't polled for a couple of weeks, but he's now polled in 10 games. And he's up to 65 getting the 10 votes in this game. And he's now out to a 26 vote lead. I don't think he can be caught. I'd love to say Chera's chasing. I think the good thing there from Adam Chera's point of view is he's in great form, but they're both in good form. So we'd have to think for Chera to catch him, Hewitt would have to fall over and get injured. Anyway, the big mover though is Ollie Hollands. He's made his way up this leaderboard over the last month or so, and he's now into third position, polled in 6 games, now on 37 votes. Cripps in 4th, just dropping a little bit. Tom DeConning, he's steady in the top 5 on 34 votes. Then we have Jack Silvani, Jacob Wiedering with a vote, is in 7th position. Nick Haynes, Sam Walsh and Mackay didn't play on the weekend. They round out the top 10. And the rest of them are there. No additions, guys, to the leaderboard in the My Blue Heaven medal. Can you see any players there in the bottom half of that leaderboard? Having a look, maybe McGovern can make a bit of a move into the top 10. Maybe a Cooper Lord, Doherty, Curnow may be out injured now. Adam Sard's the one. Yeah, have we been a little bit too hard on him? I know he's polled in 3 games. He's only got the 6 votes. Durden Fogarty, Zach Williams and Elijah Hollands. I don't think we'll see Elijah Hollands for the rest of the year. They're quiet on that, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, so that's the best. Let's look at the worst, because it's always a little bit controversial when you are naming 5 of the worst players for the game from your respective teams. And this is obviously opinion. If you don't agree, that's okay. Give us a bake or tell us who you think. It's very hard when you win a game by 5 goals to find 5 poor players. Okay, here it is. So we both gave Jesse Motlop 5 votes. I don't think anyone could argue with that. It's kind of disappointing because the week before he showed a few signs that maybe some good form was around the corner, and he's just taken another step back. Just could not have any impact on the game at all. Even when we were kind of dominating, he had no influence. I went Blake Acres with 4. I just found it once again a really messy. I know he's having a dip, etc., but for an experienced player, yeah, I just think his skill is well down. He's fumbling. Gave him the 4. You might think Hudson O'Keefe's a little bit unlucky to get the 3, but I had him in the firing line even before he did his hamstring, which now becomes probably a long-term injury for him because he has a history of being out for a significant period of time with those hamstring injuries. So I reckon they'll be very conservative with that again. I don't know whether we will see much more of him for the rest of the year. There's some okay signs in his first game with his contested marking. I always thought it was going to be a battle for him second game up. Considering the Eagles do have some tallish defenders, he struggled to get his hands on it. I think he's more of definitely a ruck pinch hit forward. I don't know whether he's got great forward craft. Maybe he's continuing to work on that part of his game. Has he got a bright future at the football club? I hope so, but I gave him 3 votes. Just thought, had to throw someone in there. And he didn't get the opportunity to have that last quarter where he could have got his hands on it, maybe kicked a goal, but I gave him 3 votes. Very unlucky, Cooper Lord. He was really good early. But I just felt like he really, being a sort of kind of a midfielder, getting plenty of midfield minutes, he drifted out of the game. And once again, I've put the skipper in there. I just think he's having a really underwhelming, uninspiring month or so. And it's not just all about possessions. He's just not having a lot of impact at all. So I gave him the 1 vote. Spencer Wett, Motlop, Cooper Lord, Blake Acres, Zach Williams, who kicked 2 goals, and Fantasia. I mean, they're unlucky. Obviously, Williams and Fantasia are unlucky as well. I actually didn't mind the way Fantasia started the game, particularly the way he was moving. Like, he was moving so well. And it kind of reminded me when I was doing the pre-season reports at training and just saying, yeah, look out for Orazio Fantasia for the first part of this year in the opening rounds, because he's moving as well as he's probably moved for a number of years. And that's the feeling I've sort of got in the first quarter and a half, or even throughout the whole game against the Eagles. So, yeah, it will be kind of interesting to see how he finishes off this season. Can he remain on the park? What does his future look like moving forward? Because he is out of contract. So big decisions to be made on Orazio Fantasia. Let's look at the leaderboard. And there we go. So Motlop gets to 10. Polled in 7 games, 48. He can be caught. Like, Jesse can be caught in this medal. And the bloke that is chasing him is Blake Acres. I don't think anyone else is in this medal anymore. It's out of Blake Acres and Jesse Motlop. They are going hard at it. They want their hands on this prestigious award. I am certain of that. It wouldn't surprise me if they're not watching this and going, this medal is the one I want. I want to add this medal to my collection. And they are having a battle at the top of the leaderboard. Lockie Fogarty in 3rd position, unlucky not to get a heaven vote this week with his 3 goals in the first quarter. Curnow in 4th position. Doherty, White, Evans, Cooper Lord goes up a couple of spots. Williams and Ollie Hollins in the top 10. Ollie Hollins, like, really interesting. He's third in the My Blue Heaven medal and is still hanging on to a top 10 position in the Hell medal. Most of those votes coming at the start of the year. Nick Haynes, Jacob Wiedering, Adam Sard, Corey Dern, Sam Walsh, Mitch McGovern, Paddy Cripps goes up a spot. Orazio Fantasia, 2 games he's played this year and polled in 2 games. Brady Kemp, Lewis Young, Elijah Hollins, Tom DeConning, Harry Mackay, Alex Chincotta, Matthew Carroll, Lockie Cowan, Ashton Moyer, and welcome to the club, Hudson O'Keefe in 28th position, and Mark Pitnet in 29th position. They're the votes, guys, for this week. Speak soon.